Hello everyone, welcome to the course of Theoretical Phonetics. Today we have lecture number 14, word stress in English. The sequence of syllables in the word is not pronounced identically. The syllable or syllables which are altered with more prominence than the other syllable of the word are said to be stressed or accented. Stress is the isolated word, is the termed word stress. Stress is connected speech is termed sentence stress. Stress is defined differently by different authors. For instance, define stress as an increase of energy accompanied by an increase of expiratory and articulatory activity. Daniel Jones defines stress as the degree of force, which is accompanied by a strong force of exhalation and gives an impression of loudness. Sweet also states that the stress is connected with the force of breath. According to Gimson, the effect of prominence is achieved by any of all of four factors: force, tone, length, and vowel color. If we compare stressed and unstressed syllables in the words contract or to contract, we may note that in the stressed syllable, the force is greater, which is connected with more energetic articulation. The pitch of voice is higher, which is connected with the stronger tenses of the vocal cords of the walls of the resonance chamber. The quality of the vowel a in contract is greater. The vowel becomes longer. The quality of the vowel r in stressed syllable is different from the quality of this vowel in the unstressed position, in which it is more narrow than r. On the auditory level of a stressed syllable is the part of the word which has a special prominence. It produces a greater louder and length modifications in the pitch and quality. The physical correlates are intensity, duration, frequency, and their formant structure. All these features can be analyzed on the acoustic level. Word stress can be defined as the singing out of one or more syllables in a word, which is accompanied by the change of the force of utterance, pitch of the voice, qualitative and quantitative characteristics of the sound, which is usually a vowel. In different languages, one of the factors constituting word stress is usually more significant than the others. According to the most important feature, different types of word stress are distinguished in different languages. If special prominence is a stressed syllable or syllable is achieved mainly through the intensity of articulation, such types of stress is called dynamic or forced stress. If special prominence is stressed syllable is achieved mainly through the change of pitch or muscular tone, such action is called musical or tonic. It is characterized of the Japanese, Korean, and other Oriental languages. If special prominence is a stressed syllable is achieved through the changes in the quantity of the vowels, which are longer in the stressed syllable than in the unstressed ones. Such types of stress is called quantitative. Qualitative type of stress is achieved through the changes in the quality of the vowel under stress. English word stress is traditionally defined as dynamic, but in fact, the special prominence of the stressed syllable is manifested in the English language not only through the increase of intensity, but also through the changes in the vowel quality, quantity, consonants and vowel quality and pitch of the voice. Russian word stress is not only dynamic but mostly quantitative and qualitative. The length of Russian vowels always depends on the position in a word. Now we should like to distinguish the notion of word stress and sentence stress. They are first of all different in their spheres of application as they are applied to different language units. Word stress is naturally applied to a word as a linguistic unit. Sentence stress is applied to a phrase. Secondly, the distinction of the rhythmic structure of a word and a phrase is clearly observed in the cases when the word stress is notional word is omitted in a phrase. For example, I don't think he is right. Or when the rhythmic structure of the isolated word does not coincide with that of a phrase. For example, 15, room 15, 15th page. So in a speech chain, the phonetic structure of a word obtains additional characteristics connected with the rhythm, melody, and tempo. Though the sentence stress falls on the syllable marked by the word stress, it is not realized in the stress syllable of an isolated word but in a word within speech continuum. Since the spheres of word stress and sentence stress fall apart, their functions are actually different. Sentence stress organizes a sentence into a linguistic unit, helps to form its rhythmic and intonation pattern, and perform its distinctive function on the level of a phrase. Stress difficulties peculiar to the accentual structure of the English language are connected with the vowel special and inherent prominence and identical positions. The intensifier of English vowels is different. The highest in intensity is A, then go, O, U, O, U, and E sounds. So all English vowels may occur in an accented syllables. The only exception is A, which is never stressed. English vowels E, O tend to occur in unstressed syllables. Syllables with the syllable U, are never stressed. Unstressed diphthongs mainly partially lose their glide quality. In stressed syllable, the English stops have complete closure. Fricatives have full friction, and features of fortis lenis distinction are clearly defined. Place of word stress in English. Degrees of stress. Language are also differentiated according to the place of word stress. The traditional classification of language concerning place of stress in a word is into those with a fixed stress and those with a free stress. In languages with a fixed stress, the occurrence of the word stress is limited to a particular syllable in a polysyllabic word. For instance, in French, the stress falls on the last syllable of the word, if pronounced in isolation. In Finnish and Czech, it is fixed on the first syllable. In Polish, on the one but last syllable. In languages with the free stress, its place is not confined to a specific position in the word. In one word, we may fall on the first syllable, in another on the second syllable, in the third word on the last syllable, and so on and so forth. The free placement of stress is exemplified in the English and Russian languages. For example, English appetite, beginning, balloon, Russian озеро, погода, молоко. So this is the end of the lecture. Thank you for your attention.